Okay, so now you should be able to see my screen. This is what the feedback form looks like. You should all be able to follow that second link we gave you and get there. You fill in the date, your name, you're Josh, obviously. In the set of forms we've created, they're customizable, so you'd be able to fill in your name, your aim, so what you want to work on in the session. Did you meet it? Yes, no, partially, and then you can just rate them. How was your structure? How legible were your notes? How clear were your notes? Were your symbols good or not? Were they concise as you were aiming for? What about markers, tenses, parts of speech, and so on? How good were you at details? Were your lists good? Not as good? What'd you do well? What could be improved? What do you want to work on for next time? And then in the bottom, I've got an attachment there, so you can attach anything you wanted. It could be a version of the notes that you marked up so that you can look at them again, or it could just be some handwritten things you jotted down. Next time I'd like to work on this, that, and the other, or it could even be, I don't know, audio and the notes from your practice session. What techforward has decided to make available to you for free through Airtable. These are different feedback forms that we've created for your interpreting practice or for your students' interpreting practice. So this is an Airtable universe page, which means it's just made available to everyone. And here you can see we have techforward feedback forms for interpreting practice. Now there are 3 different forms in there at the moment. A self-assessment form, a peer or tutor assessment form, and a note-taking assessment form. That's the 3rd one that you just saw. And our idea is that it allows you to track your progress over time. There's all sorts of different filters and different ways of setting it up. And basically the idea is that if you're having lots of different students fill this in, you could see their feedback and then create special filters that only they see. So not the whole class seeing everybody's feedback, but just their own feedback and tracking it over time. If you're using this for your own personal practice, that would also be possible. If you're using it for a study group, you could also narrow it down. So we have different feedback forms in there. We talked about our self-assessment form, which is a kind of feedback diary, in our first webinar 2 weeks ago, and we also talked about the feedback form from Interpreters Help, which we copied over into here, which had lots of different ratings and ideas. And you'll see at the bottom of this page, it says, have any other great feedback forms? We're happy to add these to these templates and make them available publicly. So if you have other feedback forms that you would like in here that you're using, of course you can tweak the ones that are here, but there might be other types of feedback forms that you might want to create. So that is a possibility. And I see a lot of people saying, thank you. You're looking forward to trying this out with your students or for yourselves. It's our real pleasure to share this with you.